What is the most illegal thing you have done? Turned up the thermostat by 1 degree while my dad was in the house. Fired a potato cannon from one country into another. Since it's technically an act of war committed without the sanction of your government, I think it's technically treason. Wow. I'm sure it's not the most illegal, but it's my favourite. We called it Operation Purple Falcon. My roommate worked at a chain box store. I was 20, she was 19. We wanted some whiskey, couldn't find anyone to buy it for us. So we hatched a plan. I would go in shopping, pick up a bottle of Jameson and go through her line, pretending I didn't know her at all. The catch was that she was too young to sell alcohol, so her manager had to approve it. Before her manager came over, I was to show her my ID and she would communicate my birthday to her manager to type it in, changing the year by 1 digit. The plan worked flawlessly and we enjoyed our whiskey. Good work. Being gay? Yes, I spent 13 years of my life in a Muslim country. Wow. I need a quick ruling here. Is robbing freighter ships at gunpoint in international waters considered illegal? I forgot I had a bunch of drugs in my bag when I was crossing the border from Thailand into Cambodia. If you know anything about the drug laws in Thailand, you know that they aren't big on giving out a slap on the wrist for any kind of offence. Drifting and street racing, and stole a $4 golden penis keychain from a store in Greece. Shot a man in Renault. Crikey. Bit much that. Smoked weed in China. Oh, that was good. I washed my hands for 19 seconds instead of 20. Really good. Me and a couple of friends were bored during summer break of high school one year and found an empty construction site and stole all of the cones and road closed signs. We then drove to a friend's neighbourhood that only had one entrance and one exit and blocked off both. Then sat in the middle and watched as residents tried to enter their neighbourhood, then go around only to find that side blocked too. Wow. We left before the cops showed up. We also took an industrial sized roll of saran wrap and blocked off the drive through at McDonald's by wrapping it from pole to pole. The roll of saran wrap got us into a lot of shenanigans, but it was put to good use. Beat up a guy several states away after he got out of an aggravated assault charge. He assaulted my girlfriend at the time and her friend. Wow. Sounds like he got what he deserved. It's a longer story than I care to tell. Stole a bag of those little powdered donuts when I was a kid on a dare. I tucked my sweatpants into my socks and dropped one of the bags down a leg. Stolen dare donuts were delicious and I split the loot with my friends. The loot. That's funny. Lying about my age at restaurants so my parents could spend less money. I was scanning things at the self-checkout at Walmart. I only had like 3 items, so I didn't bother using a bag. Scanned a greeting card, then kept it in my hand as I scanned a baby's onesie and toy set. Total wound up being lower than I thought, but I just assumed I'd misread a price somewhere. Got home and realised I'd accidentally scanned the greeting card 3 times because idiot me had it in the same hand I was using to scan. I think I wound up paying $11 for $24 worth of stuff. Trespass on radio and TV towers to steal altitude. Almost caught in Saudi Arabia twice, but got away. On a related infraction, jumped from cliffs in a federal recreation area. Got busted for that one though. Well, I sold some tea leaves for $50. I sold them to a kid to smoke. Whoa. Blue Lotus. That's about it. Using some know-how and a television transmitter, I pirated my broadcast during a rerun of Doctor Who, where I was dressed up as Max Headroom and did some like getting my ass spanked by a woman. Probably illegally download music off of YouTube. Hasn't everyone? The first illegal thing I did was write a fake age on a consent form at a tattoo parlor when I was 16. You should see my sweet $15 and $40 tattoos. The most illegal thing I've been caught doing was 60 kilometers over the speed limit on the highway. Wow, that's fast. We were smoking a joint when the lights went off on the cop car. We put out the joint and everyone but the driver lit a cigarette, and we were on our second smokes by the time we stopped. Cop couldn't smell the weed, but we were all shitting our pants. We were a bunch of teenage girls and flirted with the cop, and he let us go without suspending my friend's license and impounding the car. Just gave her a ticket for going 49 kilometers over the speed limit. I don't even want to think about what the most illegal thing I've done is. Me and a friend stole a porno magazine. We were 11 years old. My friend went and bought sweets, which were behind the counter, so the shop assistant had to turn his back. While his back was turned, I climbed up the shelves, grabbed a magazine, and stick it under my t-shirt. Was going 10 miles per hour over the speed limit with expired tags. I believe they'd been out for over a year due to repairs I couldn't afford. That or forgetfulness, I can't remember. When I saw a cop in a parking lot looking for speeders. I saw him start to pull out of the lot as I passed, and I knew he was coming for me. Luckily, traffic was on my side, so he couldn't pull in right away. I took the first turn I could and took a few back streets home. So technically, I've run away from the police and gotten away with it. When I lived at the dorm in university, I was in the basement with a friend one time, and the exact change light was missing on a soda machine, and we could see a circuit board through the small rectangular hole. So we squirted some water in there and it started beeping. We then found that it would give us soda every time we hit a button. No money required. Cool. We loaded up. After that, a group of us would go out and find soda machines around campus and stock up on sodas. We found that it was only a particular type of machine that would work, but there were plenty of them. After a couple of weeks, we noticed signs on some of the soda machines offering a $500 reward for us, so we quit. I hid a razor blade under the hood of my car after someone stole my battery. The idea was that he'd stab himself real good if he tried to swipe my battery again. I was legitimately disappointed that there wasn't any blood on the razor when I got back to my car the day after I put it in there. I printed $20 bills using my school color code. Wow. I stole a pen from the book fair in 5th grade. You crazy. When I was about 12 years old, on a school trip, we stopped by a kiosk for refreshments, and I took advantage of my classmates storming into a cashier desk to steal a small bottle of water. I had the money for the water. Drove without a permit or license for like 6 months on a military base. Clearly, I was a superior driver since I never got caught. Broke into my school's basketball hall, and when police came, ran away. Got suspended from school a few weeks later because of hidden cameras. Exist being gay in Iran can be punished by death. Oh. Continue using WinRAR without paying after the free trial period ended. Touched a green sea turtle when I was in Hawaii. Apparently it's a federal offence and you can be fined over $1,000. Stole library books. I would read a book. If I loved it, I would return it, then steal it off the shelf. I have an associate's degree in library and info science, so I knew about tattle tape and would remove it. I stole at least 50 books. What? Crikey. Tax fraud. I won't say which year and what I did. Good luck finding out tax service.